Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to 2CTV, your global news channel. We come to you guys with some breaking news from the Middle East. Tonight and today is a historic day in Iran, is a historic day in the Middle East and for the rest of the world, as the Israeli Defense Forces have officially launched the war with the Islamic Republic of Iran. We have a lot happening as we speak. We have all the videos to show you guys, of course, today. We're going to be with you for a while and be your go-to source for everything that's happening on the ground in Iran. You need to obviously give me some time. Apologies in advance because obviously I'm going to be juggling with everything. And of course, as some of you who are regular viewers of 2CTV, you know that my father is in Tehran, in the capital of Iran. He's been held by the IRGC. And so far, we have not been able to get hold of him. We're still trying, of course, the family and everybody is trying to do that, but we're going to focus on the actual report itself. Let's get on with the show. Initially, we started hearing a few minutes ago updates from Israel that sirens were sounded across Israel and in Jerusalem, but no alerts in the app that, of course, they have. Then we realized what's actually happening. Everything happened very quickly. The Israeli Defense Minister, Israel Katz, declared an state of emergency across Israel, then because they were about to start attacking Iran. Although, as we can now confirm, the Islamic Republic are also about to strike Israel. But let's go to the first clips that we have from Tehran. They are targeting not just the IRGC bases, nuclear sites, airports. They are also now going and hunting down the IRGC leaders. They are going to their apartments. They are attacking the actual buildings. A number of high-rises and buildings have now already collapsed in Tehran. Let's go to the first video. Now, following the first update that we received, commercial flights heading to Tel Aviv began to turn around over the Eastern Mediterranean, and the same thing is now also happening in Iran. But let's go and give you guys the next video. This is going to be very quick, obviously. Smoke was starting to rise from several sites across the capital of Iran in Tehran. Let's quickly go to the next video that we have, and we are now waiting for an emergency meeting in Tehran.
اینجا رو زدن، اینجا رو هم زدن، این لویزانم زدن، پشتم زدن، پشت لویزانم زدن.
We are getting updates from the Israelis that this is not going to be a one-off operation. This is not just going to be tonight, and this is going to go for days. And once this operation is over, the Israelis are saying that the IRGC will be, and their nuclear program will be dismantled. I think we're getting some updates quickly for you guys. All right, so apparently the air defense system in Iran is not actually operating because the main target initially from the Israeli Air Force has been actually the air defense system in Tehran, and they hit the whole thing. We have a video from that moment. Okay, well, so we have some good news. I've finally been able to get hold of my father. He is alive as we speak. So I've told him to go and obviously find some shelter. All right. Now, of course, the Israelis had to do this as the Iranian regime continued to pose a threat against not just Israel, but the whole of the Western world in general. As we said, following the situation in the Ben Gurion airport in Tel Aviv, we had the same updates that flights are beginning to divert away from the airspace over Tehran and northwestern of Iran. We're going to give you a list of all the locations that are being hit right now. There's a whole range of areas in Tehran and across the country. Tabriz has also been hit, which is in the northwest of Iran. Number of IRGC bases are also there. Now, let's quickly give you guys some latest images. We have more videos coming as we speak. This is actually in Tabriz, the city that's in the northwestern part of the country. Explosions have also been heard there, and Tehran. We do have a quick statement from the Home Front Command of Israel saying it is required to adhere to the Home Front Command guidelines in your area. Due to the preparations for a significant threat, it is required to immediately comply with the Home Front Command guidelines that are currently being distributed throughout the media. Of course, Israeli civilians have been told to be on standby, and we can, as I said, can confirm that the Islamic Republic are now preparing to massively hit Israel as well. I think we have more videos there that have now been verified coming from Tehran. Let's quickly go to that one. I wish I had a bottle of water. It's going to be, I'm already very dehydrated. Let's go to the next video. Now, some of the upcoming videos are more graphic and more close by. Shahid Malahati neighborhood in Tehran has now been hit. This is a picture we have from one of the buildings. This residential building, these apartment buildings belong to the Islamic regime's officials. So what they tend to do, unlike actually Hamas, who obviously hide among civilians, the Iranian regime officials, sort of like the Soviet Union, the Communist Party under Stalin, they mostly live in the same apartment blocks and buildings, and a number of them have now been hit. Building after building are collapsing, and I think we can also give you the latest image, and I'm going to read out some of the areas if you are familiar. Lavizan has been hit, Sadeghieh, Shahran, Narmak, Tehran Pars has been hit, Ayatollah Kashani has been hit, Piruzi, Punak, Vali Asr Square has been hit, and Eslam Shah, Karaj, which is a small town next to Tehran, and Sistan and Baluchistan, which is a whole province in Iran near the border. So, we can now confirm that the residence of the IRGC leaders have been hit. Ayatollah Khamenei, the supreme leader of Iran, ladies and gentlemen, has been taken to an underground bunker as we speak, but we have a video of the explosion.
نزدیک پادگان قلمردیه. پادگان قلمردیه اینجا.
According to the Israelis, according to them, of course, we can now report that the chief of staff of the armed forces of the Islamic Republic of Iran has been eliminated, ladies and gentlemen. Mohammed Bagheri has been killed. This is the guy that we are talking about. He has now been, according to of course, the IDF and the Israeli media, that he was targeted and he has now been successfully assassinated. The Iranian regime have now also launched the direct attack on Israel. As we were saying, they were preparing for this over the last few minutes. And yes, more. Okay, we're going to have a whole list of IRGC leaders who have now been eliminated apparently, but we will get that verified beforehand. More videos are coming in. We can actually show you some of the... This is again more images of the IRGC apartment buildings collapsing. This is the first one that collapsed actually in Tehran, the capital of Iran. I think we can also show you guys the next video, which is the This is targeting the top IRGC officials, one of their main headquarters. The next video. Let's quickly go and see what sort of damage we are dealing with.
ساعت الان 3:37 ورودی فرحزاده پایین یه ساختمون مسکونی زده شده.
Yes, so this was taken at 3:37 a.m. local time, so it's about an hour before. I think it was, yeah, an hour ago, I think. Obviously, the video is coming a little bit late. And I'm still surprised that somehow they have internet connection. Oh, we can now confirm that the main nuclear facility in Natanz, that's the main one, has now been hit by the Israelis. Reuters has also confirmed that. Now, do we have... Okay, we have actually the next one is coming as well. But the Israeli military officials have now said that when the operation ends, the nuclear threat will be gone. Next video we have for you guys, multiple buildings in Tehran are on fire as the strikes continue against the capital. Let's go to the next video. We have a statement from the Prime Minister Netanyahu that we can now read out to you guys. He has said that we have no choice but to act quickly. If we don't act now, we simply won't be here. Never again. It's now. We have internalized the lessons of history. When the enemy says he intends to destroy you, believe him. The Prime Minister has also reportedly said that we targeted Iran's leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian weapon. We also struck the heart of Iran's ballistic missile program. Yes, this is also the confirmation that we can now give you that some of the bases and also the apartment buildings that you saw, they belong to the IRGC members. Of course, IRGC could be the commanders and officials, but it could also be the scientists. Of course, the media are now going to go around saying that Israel is targeting civilians. That is not the case. If you are a nuclear scientist working with the Iranian regime, you are a member of the IRGC. You're not a civilian. It's a choice you make in your life to do that. So the Israelis are now going after the nuclear scientists. I think we have the... Just give me a second, guys. Okay, now reports of explosions at the airport in Baghdad in Iraq. This is where the United States troops are stationed. The Iranians are now attacking the US bases in Iraq, of course using their proxies. This would drag the United States into this conflict, even though the initial reaction from the Americans was that we have not been coordinating with Israel. Israel did it on its own. I think we can show you. This is the statement we received from Marco Rubio, Secretary of State. Tonight, Israel took unilateral action against Iran. We are not involved in strikes against Iran, and our top priority is protecting American forces in the region. Israel advised us that they believe this action was necessary for its self-defense. President Trump and the administration have taken all necessary steps to protect our forces and remain in close contact with our regional partners. Let me be clear, Iran should not target US interests or personnel, which is a little bit too late as the Iranian regime have now hit the US bases in Iraq. Now, we also, I believe, have a quick statement from the IDF. Let's quickly go to that and I'm going to get more updates.
For years, the Iranian regime has called for the destruction of the State of Israel, planning and advancing concrete military plans to do so. Over the past few months, intelligence has shown that Iran is closer than ever to obtaining a nuclear weapon. This morning, the IDF began preemptive and precise strikes targeting the Iranian nuclear program in order to prevent the Iranian regime's ability to build a nuclear bomb in the immediate time frame. We have no choice. We are operating against an imminent and existential threat. We cannot allow the Iranian regime to obtain a nuclear weapon that would be a danger to Israel and the entire world. This operation is for our right to exist here, for our future and for our children's future. The State of Israel has the right and the obligation to operate in order to protect its people and will continue to do so. The IDF conducted significant preparations for this operation. We are well prepared both in defense and offense to defend ourselves. The IDF will continue to defend the State of Israel.
I believe we also now have a statement from the Prime Minister. Natanz is now being destroyed. This is the main one of the main nuclear facilities in Iran. We're going to get your reaction in the live chat as well, but of course this is still ongoing, so we're going to prioritize the actual videos and updates and statements, and then we're going to get your reaction in the live chat as usual. Let's go to the Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu.
Moments ago, Israel launched Operation Rising Lion, a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival. This operation will continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. For decades, the tyrants of Tehran have brazenly, openly called for Israel's destruction. They've backed up their genocidal rhetoric with a program to develop nuclear weapons. In recent years, Iran has produced enough highly enriched uranium for 9 atom bombs. 9. In recent months, Iran has taken steps that it has never taken before, steps to weaponize this enriched uranium. And if not stopped, Iran could produce a nuclear weapon in a very short time. It could be a year, it could be within a few months, less than a year. This is a clear and present danger to Israel's very survival. 80 years ago, the Jewish people were the victims of a Holocaust perpetrated by the Nazi regime. Today, the Jewish state refuses to be a victim of a nuclear Holocaust perpetrated by the Iranian regime. Now, as Prime Minister, I've made it clear time and again, Israel will never allow those who call for our annihilation to develop the means to achieve that goal. Tonight, Israel backs those words with action. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear enrichment program. We struck at the heart of Iran's nuclear weaponization program. We targeted Iran's main enrichment facility in Natanz. We targeted Iran's leading nuclear scientists working on the Iranian bomb. We also struck at the heart of Iran's ballistic missile program. Last year, Iran fired 300 ballistic missiles at Israel. Each of these missiles carries a ton of explosives and threatens the lives of hundreds of people. Soon, those missiles could carry a nuclear payload, threatening the lives not of hundreds, but of millions. Iran is gearing up to produce 10,000 of those ballistic missiles within 3 years. Now just imagine 10,000 tons of TNT landing on a country the size of New Jersey. This is an intolerable threat. It too must be stopped. Iran is now working on what it calls the new plan to destroy Israel. You see, the old plan failed. Iran and its proxies tried to encircle Israel with a ring of fire and to attack us with the horrible attack of October 7th. But the people of Israel, the soldiers of Israel, rose like lions to defend our country. We crushed Hamas.
We will go back to the Prime Minister shortly. That statement continues, but we have some breaking news for you guys. Residents in Tehran, in the capital, have now released a new video. Iranian MiG-29 fighter jets are now taking off from Mehrabad Airport. Mehrabad Airport, which is a domestic airport in the western parts of Tehran, it's already been hit by the Israelis, but clearly some parts of it still exist. So the runway still exists. So they have now taken off. They are now going towards the state of Israel to attack. We have a short video from that moment for you guys. Let's go. So the Israelis have now confirmed that the Iranian regime are attacking. Senior Israeli officials and leaders have now been transferred to a safe location, according to the IDF. We can also give you the most ridiculous statement that we have just received from the Islamic Republic of Iran, despite the fact that we have already shown you guys the evidence of everything that's actually been happening. Tehran emergency services have released a statement saying, currently, we have not received any official reports of an incident resulting in an explosion or casualties. This is despite the fact that the chief of staff of the army has now been eliminated by Israel. Absolutely fascinating. I'm not really sure what they're drinking. The markets have now crashed, by the way. Oil surges 6.69%. It's now reached $74. All right, let's quickly show you the map in case you're not familiar with Iran. So Tehran, obviously in the north of Iran, and that's the main area. You got the IRGC bases, the headquarters, the research sites, the scientists, everybody's there, including my father, obviously. Then you have Fordo, that's one of the nuclear facilities. Arak is another one. Esfahan, which is kind of the third city in Iran. Natanz, of course, that's the main nuclear enrichment facility. We got Bushehr in the southern parts of Iran, and Bonab, which is in Tabriz, basically, near Tabriz, in the northwest of Iran. All this has been hit so far. More is going to be hit over the next few minutes and hours, and this operation is not going to end anytime soon. This is unlike what you saw last year and a few months ago. This is not a slap on the wrist. This is the Israelis ensuring that the Iranian regime are no longer a threat to their country. We now have the Islamic Republic of Iran, their state media, following their idiotic statement that I just read out. They are now confirmed that the Israelis have targeted the IRGC scientists working on the nuclear weapon. So they're not even denying it anymore. This is literally the translation of what they've said. They've admitted that the scientists are working on nuclear. Airspace have now been closed over both Iraq and Syria. This is, of course, we know exactly why that's happening. So Syria is now gone. Assad is gone, who was an ally to Iran. The Iranian jets are now flying over from Iran to Israel. They have to go through Iraq, Syria, and all that, and Jordan. These countries are now going to be stopped, apart from Iraq, they're going to be stopping the attacks from the Iranian regime. Now, those buildings, only the Islamic regime officials and their families live in the apartment complex that was hit, that's collapsed. Obviously, we already knew that. We now have the confirmation as well. I wonder how far the Iranian fighter jets can actually go. Let's just double check to see if we have... the aircrafts are now being turned away from the Iraqis' airspace as well. That's been closed reportedly. Let's double check with you guys. Okay. We are now waiting for a very, very important update. While we wait for that to develop. Yes, while we wait for that to develop, let's quickly get some reaction from you lovely people in the live chat. Wow, it's all happening, by the way. PC says, I stand with Israel. Absolutely. Well done, PC. And all the Iranian people are also standing with Israel, including my father, who's currently, well, alive, which is good. He's also way too excited. Let me just paint the picture. Again, for those who know, I'm sorry, but my dad is stuck in Iran. He's being held by the IRGC. They don't let him leave. They don't allow him to leave the country. They got his passport and everything else, right? And he happens to live right next to one of the IRGC bases. And he's currently so excited. The man has no fear. All right. Obviously, the Iranian people are very much looking forward to this because they knew that on their own they would not be able to stand up to this regime, this Islamic dictatorship. But now that the regime has been weakened, you can now expect either an uprising from the Iranian people again, or inside the military, the armed forces themselves, not the IRGC, you can also expect potentially some of the leaders to come and technically do a coup, but fight against the IRGC. We don't really expect them to do it tonight or even tomorrow, but this is the next point, the next level. I think we have some updates. Yes, we have the next video. Lorestan province. Everything's been hit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just bring you guys. Okay, some of them has been intercepted. That video is not being verified. I'm not going to show you guys that. We'll double check that shortly. Sorry, let's just go back to you guys. Lena says, is it your birthday gift? Oh my, yes, actually. It is my birthday week, so technically it's my gift, birthday present. It's still very much stressful, of course, for people inside Iran and people inside Israel. Let's not forget, because they are now going to be targeted by the evil regime in Iran. Civil Defense UK, Mr. Tusi, the Middle East has been at war since I can remember. When will this madness stop? The moment the Islamic Republic falls. Asias, thank you for your super chat from the United States. Another one says, thanks for your accurate reporting. Thank you very much. We will go back to the Prime Minister, Netanyahu's statement shortly. Oh Maya, I can't imagine what you're going through. Your professionalism is unprecedented. All of your Tusi family are by your side always. Thank you very much. I really appreciate the support, guys. Obviously, I'm juggling many things right now, but I'll be focusing on giving you guys all the facts and reports coming from the conflict. World War III has begun. Be ready. Stay safe all. Breitbart, a message in Hebrew, which unfortunately I can't read. Fiona, thank you very much for your super sticker. We're going to get back to some of the videos, don't worry. Caro says, am I right in surmising that the Iranians as a whole are fine with this? Yeah, I can testify. As this may be a nail in the coffin of the Islamic Republic government. I am glad your dad is well. Yes, same. Okay, the Iranian airspace has now been closed until further notice. All traffic, at least as well. Iraq also suspended all flights. Next door. Breitbart. I'm Israel Chai. Yes, I'm Israel Chai as well. I'm Israel Chai as well. I just created a new sentence. All right, we see, thank you, Spectator says, Allah falls, David strikes, the lion rises, the children of Cyrus must be free. Yes, thank you so much, Spectator from Australia. Coffee7 says, I hope your dad and family are okay. God loves them and the people of Iran and is showing himself in their dreams. Everyone stay strong and keep up the good fight. Sending love from Missouri, United States of America. And Ivan also says, will the Iranian people now rise up? Well, we'll find out what they're going to do, but not during this, because this operation is now going to go for days, as they have said. So afterwards, perhaps, the people in Iran are going to stay at home. They're going to be in safety. Once it's over, things are going to kick off immediately. Let's quickly go back to the Prime Minister and his statements, and then we'll come back.
Hezbollah, we hit Iranian proxies in Syria and Yemen. And when Iran directly attacked us twice last year, we struck back inside Iran itself. Yet in defending ourselves, we also defend others. Our Arab neighbors, they too have suffered from Iran's campaign of chaos and carnage. Our actions against Iran's proxy Hezbollah led to the establishment of a new government in Lebanon and the collapse of Assad's murderous regime in Syria. The peoples of those two countries now have a chance for a different future, a better future. So too do the brave people of Iran, and I have a message for them. Our fight is not with you. Our fight is with the brutal dictatorship that has oppressed you for 46 years. I believe that the day of your liberation is near. And when that happens, the great friendship between our two ancient peoples will flourish once again. I want to assure the civilized world, we will not let the world's most dangerous regime get the world's most dangerous weapons. And Iran plans to give those weapons, nuclear weapons, to its terrorist proxies. That would make the nightmare of nuclear terrorism all too real. The increasing range of Iran's ballistic missiles would bring that nuclear nightmare to the cities of Europe and eventually to America. Remember, Iran calls Israel the small Satan. It calls America the great Satan. And this is why for decades it's led millions in the chants of death to Israel and death to America. Today, Israel is responding to those genocidal calls with action and with a call of our own. Long live Israel and long live America. Our action will help make the world a much safer place. I want to thank President Trump for his leadership in confronting Iran's nuclear weapons program. He has made clear time and again that Iran cannot have a nuclear enrichment program. Today, it is clear that Iran is just buying for time. It refuses to agree to this basic requirement of peaceful nations. That is why we have no choice but to act, and act now. The hardest decision any leader has to make is to thwart a danger before it is fully materialized. Nearly a century ago, facing the Nazis, a generation of leaders failed to act in time. They were paralyzed by the horrors of World War I. They were determined to avoid war at all costs, and they got the worst war ever. They adopted a policy of appeasement. They closed their eyes and ears to all the warning signs. That failure to act resulted in World War II, the deadliest war in history. It claimed the lives of 60 million, including 6 million Jews, a third of my people. After that war, the Jewish people and the Jewish state vowed never again. Well, never again is now. Today Israel...
Yes. Okay, so we can now confirm that Natanz, which is the main nuclear facilities for uranium enrichment, has been destroyed by the state of Israel. Now, the Iranian people will be making their move. The Islamic Republic of Iran, it's time for them to face their final countdown. There is so much that's going to happen in the next few hours and in the next few days. There's going to be more confirmation about the leaders of the IRGC over the next few minutes in terms of the elimination of them. Let's quickly get some more reaction from you guys in the live chat as well. Especially if anybody has VPN in Iran, let me know. Clay says, Iran overplayed its hand. Absolutely. Idiots. Well, the Islamic Republic, not the Iranian people. Queen Hyena says, I'm so glad you got contact with your dad. May he and all the innocents stay safe. Yes. So the good thing about this is that these are targeted attacks, and they are not necessarily hitting civilians anyway. So it's we have a... Okay, this is a confirmation. Oh, God. Okay, we're going to show you a couple of videos, ladies and gentlemen. The first one is from Natanz. Give me a second, guys. Sorry about this. Obviously, we're multitasking everything now. What is happening? Do we have the... Okay. Next video coming is from Natanz. If it comes up, I don't know what's going on. Unfortunately, it's not coming up. It's fine. We have this is absolutely insane. What is happening here? All right, let's quickly go to the next clip we've just received. I hope this is a new clip. I'm not really sure what's happening anymore. But the update is that the Iranian regime have declared as a nationwide state of emergency, but they've also obviously confirmed that multiple provinces in Iran, including Kermanshah, Lorestan, and several areas in Tehran have been attacked. Let's quickly go to this video. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news again, as well as the chief of staff to the Iranian regime's military, who's been eliminated, Bagheri. We can also confirm that senior nuclear scientists have, obviously they're in charge of the enrichment, have also been eliminated and assassinated by the Israeli Defense Forces. This is, as the IDF says, these are the opening strikes. This is just the beginning. Yes, I believe we are now expecting a confirmation about more IRGC leadership eliminations as well. All right, while we wait for that, it's going to be a long night. All right, let's get some more reaction from you guys. Danny says, I'm glad your dad is okay. Prayers from America. God bless the United States. Okay, the Israelis are now flying over Iraq to Iran. The drones are arriving first, the Israeli drones. Good luck, Iran, dealing with those guys. Kathy, thank you so much for your support from the US. And Sparky as well. We've got Falina saying IDF's assets lied about rebuilding the air defense. Marina, thank you very much for your super chats as well. And Rodman says, I got woken up by my relatives in Tehran from the explosions. The Islamic Republic of Iran military on X says we didn't initiate it, as if. Thank you, Rodman Khosravi. Obviously, if you have any more updates, let me know as well. Obviously, I'm in touch with my own sources as well, but just in case. Anybody watching from Iran with VPN, let me know. October the 7th to today's strike comes the care of Obama, Clinton, and Biden. Yes, never forget. And Jimmy Carter. He started all this in 1979. Breitbart. That was a prayer in Hebrew from the Bible. Oh, thank you very much. I couldn't read it, unfortunately. Don't send me the Hebrew things. Translate it somehow. And it's not going to be easy. Thanks, I really appreciate that. Yeah, it says, hello from Israel. Do not worry, we are at a full readiness. To be fair, I'm not really worried too much about the Israeli civilians because you guys have a great government who will keep you safe from the Iranian regime's attacks. The concern is people in Iran because they don't have proper shelters because the regime are stupid. Actually, they're not stupid. That's the whole point. They don't want to look after the people. And it says, praying for your father. Stand with Israel. Thank you. Another one says, Jewish people love the Iranian people. May God give us strength and save them from ourselves. Yes, I agree. Thank you. Another super sticker from Gracie. It's currently 2:20 a.m. in the UK, by the way. The sane Americans, stand with Israel. God bless America. And RG from Israel says this won't suffice. Only the local citizens can stop the IRGC, can't maintain peace remotely. No, yes, so not the locals in terms of citizens, but the armed forces in Iran. They have to start defecting and they have to start taking arms against the IRGC. All right. Okay, we have the updates. Finally, ladies and gentlemen, we have verified. It's very difficult when breaking news live happens because it takes time to verify footage, obviously. So, but we have to do our best so we don't give you guys fake news. And when it happens, we apologize. All right, this is Natanz, the main nuclear facility in Iran for the uranium enrichment. It's been destroyed. Okay. Adam, thank you very much. Also, Breitbart again. Another super sticker here as well. And we've got Jules there. God bless Israel. As an American, President Trump and most Americans are with you. Israel shouldn't be alone in this. Iran having nuclear weapons threatens the whole of the West. Thank you, Israel. Exactly. Once again, Israel is doing the dirty work for the West and obviously for themselves as well. Now... this is insane. I love how the Iranian regime once again fell for the trick and the trap set by Netanyahu and Trump. I'd said this days ago. President Trump is still going to say, we are going to negotiate. They're going to move their bases, their troops. That's what happened yesterday, remember? The US bases in the Middle East. And then Israel will attack. The White House will say, oh, we're not involved. But of course, they've coordinated behind the scenes. So the Iranian regime... How many times do they have to be stupid enough to fall for this? My friend Cyrus cannot stop dancing. Of course, yeah, the Iranians are currently dancing around and celebrating it. Also, a good friend of mine as well she is very, very excited about all this. The Israeli officials are now saying that in addition to wide-scale airstrikes by the Israeli Air Force, the Mossad carried out a series of covert counter-terrorism missions deep inside Iran, targeting the country's strategic missile systems and air defense infrastructure. Here we go. Well done, Mossad. It's absolutely impressive. If you don't know how difficult it is for Mossad agents to operate like this inside Iran on a day like this when the Iranian regime were expecting to get attacked, somehow Mossad still managed to do it. Well, it's quite impressive. Adam says the Iranian fighter jets advanced enough to reach Israel. Well, they might run out of fuel. We don't know. They're not going to be able to go over Syria. Al Julani is going to do things. Super sticker, thank you. And another super chat. I have low expectations based on the experience of the last couple of decades. I just hope your father will be all right. Yes, no, I appreciate that. What is going on here, guys? I think we are getting some more updates. Wait. This could be absolutely huge. The leader of the IRGC, Hossein Salami, they may have been eliminated by the Israelis. This is in addition to the commander of the IRGC's aerospace forces, Amir Ali Hajizadeh. This is, of course, the first elimination was the chief of staff to the military, Bagheri, Major General Mohammed Bagheri, and if the actual leader of the IRGC is gone, this is the actual commander-in-chief of the IRGC, then it's over, because Khamenei, as supreme leader on his own, is done. There's no way they can survive, because the military will have to now take control as opposed to the IRGC. Again, there's a slight difference, the armed forces and the IRGC, even though the armed forces is still under control of the IRGC, but they are a separate unit. They're just the official military of the country. Iran effed around, and now they are finding out. This is what happens, guys. All right, we have the next video for you guys quickly to show. This is on the border between Iran and Iraq. Everything is being hit by the Israelis. God bless Israel. Let's go to the next video. Okay, one of the main reasons Mossad had to operate inside the country in Iran was because we now have confirmations, even the United States, by the way, were indicating yesterday. The nuclear scientists were in the process of assembling 15 nuclear bombs. Of course, the United States received some of the documents about that. The IDF are now calling up thousands of reservists in Israel. So the Israeli Defense Forces are now going to be strengthening their units. All the reservists are now going to be joining the main IDF. Right. Apparently, Iran, the Islamic Republic, were on the verge of reaching the nuclear weapons within days. So this is why President Donald J. Trump, he allowed this to happen. And of course, publicly, he had to say earlier tonight, we're not involved. But obviously, they coordinated behind the scenes. We have the next video, ladies and gentlemen. This is ballistic missiles bases in Piran Shah, western parts of Iran, being destroyed by the Israeli Air Force. Let's go to the next video. This one is absolutely insane. Right, this is it's still ongoing, and what a night. There are mixed feelings right now. Let's just say there is a source from the Israelis that saying we identified that the Iranians were on the verge of achieving nuclear breakthrough within the next few days. They have published a document and gave it to the United States, the White House. Let's double check my sources. What is going on here? Okay, I don't understand why these guys have to always do these attacks late at night. Just kind of do it like 2 p.m. in the afternoon. It's much better. Just making it harder. I need to go to sleep. All right. There's a lot of unconfirmed rumors. We're not going to tell you any of that nonsense until it happens. I need water again. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Where are we with you guys? Oh, something's happening. What? Benny says, thank you, mate. Your coverage is awesome. You seem to be very busy on today's stream. Just opened a 2019 bottle of red. Oh, I need a drink at this point. Where's my whiskey? I will have a glass for you as well. Your dad is safe. Yes, he's fine. He's good. He's fine for now. Fellaine says, it's Jeremiah 49:35. Thank you very much. I appreciate that as well. Now, David says, praying for the peace of Jerusalem and your family. Brilliant. Thank you. Israel is incapable of doing much without the US. That's what they said. This is literally what came out a couple of hours ago, saying the Israelis will not have the capability, and then they attacked. So the Iranian regime were obviously surprised once again, like a bunch of idiots. Daniel, thank you very much for your super sticker. What were they thinking? I really want to know. You saw what happened yesterday with the US bases in the Middle East. Move your people, you retards. All right. More updates. What is this? Okay, another town in the western part of Iran, Qasr Shirin, has been hit. So this is, I believe, yet another ballistic missile site. So they are destroying the air defense system. Well, they have destroyed the air defense system. And ballistic missile sites are being destroyed and nuclear sites being destroyed. But the most important one is not this. They are hunting down the nuclear scientists and they are eliminating the IRGC leaders. The whole thing is insane. You remember a few months ago, people were talking about what's on the table. What are the options on the table for Israel? Retaliation, right? Oh, they can either hit some oil and gas sites, or they could hit nuclear sites, or they could hit some IRGC headquarters. They are doing all that at the same time and more. We have... Okay, I'm just going to read this for you guys. The strikes on Iran was preceded by a deception campaign involving the media, diplomatic efforts, and coordination with multiple actors, both domestic and foreign. Through psychological tactics, Israel successfully caught Iran off guard. Okay, this now confirms what is about to happen. I will translate what just happened. Everything that you saw and heard over the last few months, including the negotiations between Steve Witkoff, President Trump, and the Iranian regime, all that was based on a lie, and everything else, as I said, wait for Trump. Wait for him. Never judge him based on what he's saying. Wait for the action. And now we have the whole thing. The media, psychological tactics, the diplomatic efforts, all that was part of the plan to catch Iran off guard. Checkmate, IRGC. Checkmate. Next year in Tehran, ladies and gentlemen, we will go live from Iran on the first day. All right. Although there's some bad news, sleeper cells might be activated now in the West. Let's wait. Okay, a number of assassinations have now been carried out on the ground. Mossad agents are extremely busy in Iran. Marco Rubio has now formed a Middle East task force to be in contact with US citizens in the Middle East, as they are going to be targeted now by the Iranian regime. Trump knew about the strikes. That's confirmed now. The The Iranian TV have also officially confirmed after denial that Natan's nuclear facilities has been destroyed. All right, let's see. Okay. Where's my whiskey? Lee says, this is how you smash the gangs, queer stammer. Yes, this is how you smash the gangs. Learn from the Jews. All right, they're now reporting the number of their deaths inside the regime. Keith just said, the IRGC just launched Operation Under the Donkey. Oh, we now can confirm that the Israeli Defense Forces have started the next phase of the attack, the second round of targeted strikes. Drones are coming as well, and the Israeli jets. Okay, so we'll double check in terms of the level of damage, but the first round, which has been going on now for like an hour or so, which has destroyed everything, that was just the first phase. This is going to go. It's going to keep going until they hunt down every single person. Israel liberating their Muslim neighbors again. When did Iran become Muslim? Less than 30% of Iran are practicing Islamic. They are occupied by the Islamic regime. They're not Muslim. Anyway, Matthew says, Mossad motto, by way of deception, they shall do war. And that they do. They are the best. Yes, that's true. Especially after the pager gate. You would think that the Iranian regime will be on top of things. A US defense official says that this attack, which Israel says will continue over multiple days, will provoke a significant Iranian response that the Israelis will then ask the United States to help counter, despite the fact that it just blew up the delicate, well, their US diplomatic talks. It's going to be great. All right, Linda, thank you, saying, love your channel. Thank you for your coverage of this event. Praying for my Israeli and Iranian brothers and sisters, and literally my cousins in Israel. Yes. Hope everybody is safe. Elizabeth, thank you very much. And another super chat as well. All right, I think we have some updates. Second wave of attacks have now started. Netanyahu's holiday in the north. The hints that nothing would happen before Anwar's wedding. This is according to open source intel. Witkoff's meeting on Sunday was another part of the deception tactics, and Trump's warnings not to attack was also part of the psychological tactics, all part of the main plan to catch Iran off guard. Okay. Where are we? All right, in the next few minutes and hours, there's going to be a lot of development. We will get everything verified beforehand and bring it all the IRGC headquarters in Iran have now been hit. Ladies and gentlemen, in the words of the England national football fans, it's coming home. We're going to take a short break. I'm going to be on standby and give you guys the latest update. I do have to go and get in touch with my father, who's in Tehran, and see how he's doing. Thank you so much. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the channel. This is the only channel that will give you guys all the up-to-date information about everything that's happening. I'm Maya Tusi, and we are the media.